Hello, everyone, and welcome. My name is Katie Palmer. I am the Managing Director of Communications for the League of Independent Theater. League of Independent Theater, yay! The League of Independent Theater, also known as LIT, is a 501c6 advocating for the needs of the independent theater artists. Those are people who work in 99 seats or less or non-traditional spaces. So we have a performing arts platform, and these incredible people behind me are elected officials and people campaigning for future elected positions in the city, and they have supported our performing arts platform. So we are thrilled to be here at the intersection of arts and politics, bringing incredibly engaged, thoughtful New York artists together with dedicated political servants who understand and are committed to the arts in our city. I first would like to introduce Majority Leader Councilman Jimmy Van Bramer of District 26 and the Chair of the Cultural Affairs Committee.
Thank you very much. First of all, let me just say thank you for endorsing me for re-election. It is incredibly important, no matter how competitive the election is, and I mean this seriously, that I have this endorsement because I'm proud to be the Chair of Cultural Affairs, and we want and need artists of all kinds in the city of New York to be engaged in the political process. We are stronger as a cultural community when performers and artists and dancers and playwrights are actually on the front lines petitioning, contributing, and campaigning for elected officials who understand the value of artists in the city of New York. We will get to where we need to be as a city. We will have support for small, nonprofit, independent theater companies when we have elected officials in office who are brought to those positions because you all supported them and fought for them. Woo! That's incredibly important. So I'm really proud to have been on these steps before, and I hope to be on these steps again in 4 or 8 years or whenever we run for another office. But this is the last time I get to run for city council. And I'm proud to have been the chair of the Cultural Affairs Committee for the entire time. I'm really proud to have been a friend of the League of Independent Theaters and LIT. First of all, you have the coolest nickname, LIT, right? This group is lit, literally and figuratively. And I just want to say I'm really moved by the passion of your members. And if you look around, this street is testament to the power of artists and the creative class, and all of the city of New York would benefit if we had more people in political office who got it, right, who understood it. That's the group of people you've assembled on these steps and others. So I want to thank you and encourage you to keep going even further to make sure that when I am at the table, as I will be for the next 2 weeks, advocating for $40 million more for culture and the arts in the city of New York, that I have other council members who support that unequivocally and who don't just say it in public, but who say it in private when we're really fighting for the budget of the city of New York. We need more for the arts, more money for the arts, more proud supporters of culture and the arts in elected office, and together with you all, we are going to do that. So I want to say thank you for this moment, and thank you for the colleagues that I already have in office, including Councilmember Kalos and Councilmember Cumbo and Councilmember Constantinides, who are current members, and obviously your endorsed candidates who I know will join them in supporting the arts. So I have the distinct honor and privilege of introducing your next endorsee, and that is Councilmember Ben Kalos from Manhattan, who along with Councilmember Cumbo and Councilmember Constantinides support the arts, love the arts, consume the arts, and fight for the arts and for artists. So ladies and gentlemen, my friend, your friend, Councilmember Ben Kalos.
I want to thank the League of Independent Theaters and the artists here today because you are what makes New York City great. It is the diversity, the creativity that brings people here because we've got what no one else has anywhere else in the world, which is you. And so we in the council need to do everything we can to support you. I need to thank Litany because you endorsed me 4 years ago when I was a long shot fighting a corrupt Albany politician, and we won, and we didn't wait to start our work. We started working together on the campaign. We worked with Fractured Atlas because we as a city own property everywhere, whether it's public housing, public schools, or even just city office spaces and theaters and auditoriums. And we want to make those spaces available to you and your members. And we spent about 2 years meeting with the Department of Citywide Administrative Services, and they were uncooperative at best. And that's why we've introduced legislation together, and we've gotten a number of sponsors. I'm hoping every single person here will sign onto it and advocate for it and make sure that whoever is currently there signs on. And I'm asking every single artist to do what you do best, which is do a performance that advocates and communicates why we need city spaces legislation passed for the city. And I look forward to getting a lot more done with you over the next 4 years. Thank you.
I would next like to introduce Councilmember Lori Cumbo of District 35. It's a fantastic district, but most importantly for us, it is the heart of the BAM Cultural District.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am so happy to be here, and I'm so happy to receive this endorsement for the second time. It feels even better. And when I ran initially, I ran on a promise, and I ran on a promise of making sure that the arts continue and remain to be at the forefront of city legislation, but also our city's budget. And this year in budget negotiations, we have been talking about baselining an additional $10 million for the arts, if you can believe it. The original ask was for $40 million, and we have to keep fighting for $40 million, pushing for $40 million, and making sure that the arts are adequately funded all throughout New York City. We are the economic drivers of New York City. We are why restaurants are open. We are why hotel beds are slept in. We are why Ubers and all the taxi cabs in New York City are going from here and there. We are the reason why people travel from all over the world to support the arts. And independent theater is such a powerful platform. Broadway is great, but Broadway has to start from somewhere. And it starts with independent theater. It starts with new ideas, new innovations, new opportunities. It starts with cultivating the next generation to be exactly who they are supposed to be. And we need to continue to fight for that. We need to continue to make sure that legislation is passed, as Councilmember Ben Kalo spoke of, because people don't often do things out of the kindness of their hearts, as we would like to believe. It has to be legislated. It has to be forced. And we need to continue to raise our voice as an arts community to make sure that the arts are enforced all throughout New York City, legislatively as well as budget-wise. Every time I come into a meeting or a hearing and they've already decided everything, they always know, here comes Councilmember Cumbo talking about the arts again. So we've got to make sure that we continue to fight. I've just seen that we've been joined by our controller, Scott Stringer, who has also been very instrumental in the fight for pushing for $23 million to make sure that every classroom in the city of New York has an art professional that is teaching our young people how to become the next great whatever that they want to become. And that's what's so powerful about the arts. We need to make sure that they have the exposure, that they have the opportunity. And what I love about the arts, what I love about theater, the visual arts, performing arts, dance, is that it's the greatest nonviolent opportunity for us to be able to end gun violence throughout the city of New York. It's an opportunity for us to end teen pregnancy in the city of New York. It's an opportunity to make sure that our cities are safe in the city of New York. A young person, when exposed, has the opportunity to develop all of their talents. And I am so proud to receive the endorsement again. And I will continue to work hard, continue to be a voice, continue to be an advocate. And I look forward to working with all my new colleagues in government, because when the arts speak up, we win. Thank you all so very much. Thank you.
Councilmember Cumbo started, and I'm just going to very officially, formally introduce Comptroller Scott Stringer.
Thank you, Lori. Thank you, everybody. So I have to tell you something. this organization, when you get this seal of approval, this means your campaign has proven a real commitment to arts and culture and to our children. And let's face it, every candidate standing here today and everyone who's here knows that arts funding is now in jeopardy throughout the United States. The Trump administration is looking to disband the NEA, to cut funding. This is critical money that small arts organizations use to go to funders and to multiply that money. And that's now on the chopping block. And I remember when we got to City Hall a few years ago as serving as controller, and Laura, you were there, and we issued our arts education report and found in New York City there was an arts education teacher, certified arts education teachers in 400 of our public schools, mostly in central Brooklyn and the Bronx. And working with the mayor and the city council, we were able to create a public-private partnership, identify $17 million, and make sure that every child, regardless of zip code, would have the needed arts education they need. You know, arts education is no longer just something to enjoy. It's actually become a necessary part of learning and curriculum. Because let's face it, the new way of learning, the new way we're going to teach our kids is with the high-tech economy and the internet. Arts education is critical for job development and economic development as well. And when we look at this beautiful block today, when I served as borough president, and see what can happen when cultural people are in charge of land use, this really makes a difference for the beauty of our city. So I just want to say to all of you, I'm proud to accept this endorsement. It means a lot to me. Shortly, when I was getting this endorsement a few years ago, no one was running against me in a Democratic primary. And then as soon as I got this endorsement, Elliot Spitzer jumped in the race. So I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what's going to happen tonight when I go home. But I do want to say thank you very much. Carlina, is this your district? It is. All right. Well, you know who to vote for on the Lower East Side. Thank you all very, very much. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Hello, just testing, make sure it's on. Yes? Great. So can we get one more huge round of applause for incredible endorsed candidates for the League of Independent Theater? I'm now going to pass the microphone on to my colleague and the managing director of operations for the League of Independent Theater, Guy Edwab.
Hey everyone. So we've heard from a bunch of really passionate supporters of the arts today, and there's many more here that we didn't get to hear from. Folks from downtown to uptown, from the Queens, Brooklyn, and Bronx are coming out. So they're here to support the arts. So the League of Independent Theater needs to be there to support them. You hear how happy they are to hear that. City council elections turn on people getting involved. Even small groups can get together, go out into the community, and have a real impact locally. So it's really important that you find out what district you're living in, which of these people is running to be your city council person, and then contact their campaigns, volunteer for them. You can also come to our website, litny.org, and we'll connect you to a campaign. If there's not one of these endorsed people in your district, we'll help you find someone running nearby in the city. We'll get these arts supporters in the city so we can make things happen. Thank you everyone out for coming out. This has been so exciting. We're really looking forward to having a big impact this fall. Thank you all.